Welcome everyone, I'm Jordan Sharp. The preseason kicks off on Thursday here in week 1 after the Hall of Fame game this past weekend, and a huge Thursday night showdown between a couple of teams that were in the Super Bowl against one another last season. Kicks off on Thursday night between the the Denver Broncos playing the Seattle Seahawks here in Denver, where the Broncos come in as a slight underdog in this one. Sometimes in some books they're a 1-point favorite, some books they're a 1-point underdog. Others, this game is a pick'em. However, at the total here is at 37.5 points. And with this game being a Super Bowl rematch, you have to think the Broncos are likely going to get up for this game rather easily. It's their first chance to, or maybe their first and last chance to put the Super Bowl blowout that they received last year at the hands of the Seahawks behind them. And for John Fox, and especially the Broncos fans here in Denver, I think this is a good opportunity for the Broncos to at least get a little bit of a moral victory against the Seattle Seahawks. And the Seahawks aren't going to be as imposing as they were last year when they won 13 games. They're down 11 total players, 4 starters and 3 on defense this season, and those 3 defensive starters, including both of their starting defensive ends from last year, going to create some problems, I think, for this club coming down the stretch here this season. They also don't have as much depth in the secondary, and even though they only lost 1 starter from that realm, and it's just not there from 2013, I think that could affect them also in this game against the Denver Broncos team that is very deep, and a team that probably also is motivated to win this game after losing in the Super Bowl to the Seahawks. However, Pete Carroll is currently 4-0 straight up in week 1 of the preseason throughout his career in Seattle, now entering its 5th season. But John Fox also not that bad in week 1 of the preseason as well. Combined with his coaching tenure between the Carolina Panthers and the Denver Broncos throughout his career, Fox is 8-4 straight up in week 1 of the preseason. So it seems like both coaches have a little bit of motivation to win this game. However, I think the second string depth is ultimately just a little bit better for the Broncos here. Like I mentioned, I think they're going to go a little bit out of their way to try to get some redemption in front of their home fans. Likely not going to mean that their first string is going to play all that much. Peyton Manning might only play a series in this game, possibly 2 in case that first one doesn't go that well. However, in the end, I think the Broncos are a little bit deeper in their second string. The Seahawks don't have that much behind Russell Wilson. In fact, they have Tavares Jackson and Terrell Pryor, which is likely not going to get the job done if indeed Russell Wilson would go down, which is something obviously we don't root for. But either way, the Seahawks' depth is just not there. With Marshawn Lynch still not there, it's just not a great time to be a Seahawks fan at this current point in time after that Super Bowl. But I think the Broncos here at certain books like Pinnacle, where they're sitting at plus 100 even money, I think are an excellent value for this game. And I'm going with them at home here against the Seahawks. So add Broncos plus 100 to your NFL preseason picks. Best of luck to you on that one, and make sure you check out my other preseason week 1 picks here. But until then, I'm Jordan Sharp, and this has been another edition of the Sharp Pick.